welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. The light from my computer screen flickers in the dimly lit room, casting shadows on the walls as I stare at the browser. My heart races. For weeks now, I've noticed something odd. My search history has been disappearing. At first, I shrugged it off, thinking maybe I had inadvertently cleared it or something glitched. But as the days passed, a sense of unease grew in the pit of my stomach. "Hey, can you check the fridge? I think we might be out of milk," I call out to my wife, Jenna, who is in the kitchen. She barely acknowledges me, her voice muffled as she replies, "Yeah, I'll take a look." I can feel the tension building. This isn't the first time I've felt this way. Jenna's behavior has been erratic lately, distracted, secretive. It's as if she's living in a world that I'm not part of anymore. And I need to find out what's going on. I take a deep breath and make a decision. I turn on the screen recording software I've been meaning to use for my side project. It's not just for work, it's for my peace of mind. If Jenna is hiding something from me, I'll find out. I open the browser and begin to search for various topics, testing to see if my history remains intact. After confirming that my search results are still there, I log off and step away from the computer, my heart pounding with anticipation. Later that night, as Jenna settles into bed, I slip into my home office to review the recording. The anticipation is almost unbearable. I watch as the video plays back, the soft hum of my computer filling the quiet room. My fingers tremble as I fast forward through mundane moments, me working, checking emails, a few casual searches. Then, suddenly, my heart drops. There she is, Jenna, sitting at the computer, her expression a mix of excitement and mischief. I lean in closer, my stomach churning as she navigates to an adult website. I can't believe what I'm seeing. The footage captures her typing eagerly, her fingers dancing across the keyboard as she sets up her profile. "Jenna, what the hell?" I whisper to myself, my voice barely a breath. She starts to chat with someone, a name pops up that makes my blood run cold, Brad. I've heard that name before, a friend of hers from college, someone I always thought was a little too close for comfort. I continue to watch, horrified. Jenna begins to interact with Brad in ways that are explicit and intimate. I feel sick to my stomach as she pays him money for what? For him to fulfill her desires on camera. My heart shatters at the realization. "Is this what you've been doing while I'm at work?" I mutter, feeling the weight of betrayal crushing me. I can't let this slide. I can't just sit back and take it. My mind races with thoughts of revenge. I snap out of my shock and start plotting. I'll confront her, I'll gather evidence. But not just any evidence. I want her to feel the weight of what she's done. The idea of ruining her life begins to take root in my mind, and a dark satisfaction washes over me. The following days, I play it cool. Jenna remains blissfully unaware of my discoveries, her laugh echoing through our home. I feel a twisted sense of pleasure watching her, knowing the truth lurking beneath the surface. I begin to gather everything I can, screenshots, recordings, messages. "Babe, do you want to go out for dinner tonight?" she asks one evening, her eyes sparkling with innocence. "Sure, sounds good," I reply, masking the turmoil brewing inside me. But I know that soon, everything will change. My heart may be breaking, but my resolve is solid. I'm going to confront her with the evidence, and when I do, she'll see how her betrayal has not only shattered my trust but will ultimately ruin her. As I lay in bed next to her that night, I can't help but feel a sense of impending doom, a storm gathering on the horizon. This is just the beginning. My plan is set, and the next chapter of our lives will unfold, marked by the pain of betrayal and the quest for revenge. The morning light creeps through the curtains, illuminating the tension hanging in the air. I sit at the edge of the bed, watching Jenna sleep, her face serene and innocent. It's infuriating. I can't shake the feeling of betrayal lodged in my throat like a stone. My heart races as I think about the video, the messages, and the truth that now feels like a weapon in my hands. I quietly slip out of bed and head to the kitchen, brewing coffee and trying to gather my thoughts. The aroma fills the air, but I barely notice. My mind races with plans, with what I need to say. I keep reminding myself to stay calm, to make my words count. Jenna shuffles in, hair tousled and eyes half open. "Morning, sleepyhead," she says, stretching and yawning. "Morning," I reply, forcing a smile. I want to scream, to confront her about everything, but I hold back. Not yet. After breakfast, we sit across from each other at the table, the sound of spoons clinking against bowls the only thing breaking the silence. I watch her, noting every movement, every smile that seems to mock me. "You seem distracted lately," she says, looking up from her bowl of cereal. "Just a lot on my mind," I respond, trying to sound casual. The truth weighs heavily on my heart, but I need to keep my composure. "How about you? You've been quiet." "Oh, she shrugs, feigning nonchalance. "Just busy with work and stuff." "Right." I take a sip of my coffee, trying to steady my nerves. "Anything exciting happening with your friends?" "Not really. Just the usual." She shifts in her seat, avoiding my gaze. I feel the anger boiling beneath the surface. "How's Brad doing? I haven't heard you mention him in a while." Her eyes dart up, surprise flickering across her face. "Brad? He's fine, I guess." "Why?" "Just curious," I say, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "You guys seemed pretty close back in college." Jenna narrows her eyes, sensing the tension. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Nothing, just making conversation," I reply, but I can feel my facade cracking. He seemed really supportive during your tough times." "What are you getting at?" She sets her spoon down, her tone suddenly defensive. I take a deep breath, summoning the courage to say what's been festering inside me. "I know about you and Brad. I saw the video, Jenna. I know everything." Her face pales, shock replacing the casual demeanor she wore moments before. "What are you talking about?" "The recordings. You thought you could hide it, but I saw you on that adult site, paying him to do, what? Your dirty little fantasies." I lean in, my voice low but steady. "You've been cheating on me." The silence that follows is deafening. Jenna stares at me, her mouth slightly agape. You're lying," she finally stammers. "No, I'm not. I have proof, Jenna." "You can't deny it," I say, pulling out my phone and tapping through to the screenshots. "Look at this." She snatches the phone from my hand, her eyes darting over the messages I saved, her expression shifting from shock to anger. "This is an invasion of privacy. You had no right to go through my stuff." "Oh, so it's my fault now?" I scoff, standing up and pacing the kitchen. "You're the one betraying me. Do you know how humiliating this is?" "I can explain." Jenna pleads, her voice rising. "It was just a phase, a mistake." "You don't understand." "A mistake." I shout, anger spilling over. "This isn't just a mistake, Jenna. This is a choice to lie, to deceive. You've been living a double life, and I deserve to know why." Tears well up in her eyes as she shakes her head. "I didn't mean for it to happen. I was feeling lonely, and Brad, he was there for me." "Lonely?" I echo incredulously. "You had me. You chose to betray me with him instead. I can't believe you had the audacity to act like everything was fine while you were doing this." "Please, just let me explain," she cries, her voice cracking. I shake my head, my heart hardened. No, I don't want to hear your excuses. You think you can just sweep this under the rug? You've ruined my trust, Jenna. You've ruined us. With that, I turn and storm out of the kitchen, my pulse pounding in my ears. I can hear her sobs behind me, but I refuse to look back. I grab my keys and head out the door, the cold air hitting me like a slap. I need to clear my head, to think about what's next. Revenge isn't just a whim, it's a necessity now. I'm done playing the victim. As I drive aimlessly through the streets, I plan my next move. I need to gather more evidence, find a way to expose her for what she really is. My mind races with thoughts of revenge, of taking back control. This isn't just about ending our relationship, it's about making sure she feels the consequences of her actions. With determination coursing through me, I know I won't rest until I make her understand the weight of her betrayal. She may have thought she could have it all, but now, she's about to learn a painful lesson about love, trust, and the cost of infidelity. The intrigue continues to unfold, and I'm ready for what's to come. I spend the next few days in a daze, the shock of Jenna's betrayal still fresh in my mind. Every time I walk through the front door, I feel a wave of anger wash over me. The home that once felt warm and inviting now feels like a prison, a constant reminder of her deceit. I can't shake the image of her laughing and smiling with me, all the while hiding her secret life. At work, I struggle to focus. My colleagues notice my distracted demeanor, shooting concerned glances my way. "Everything okay?" my coworker Lisa asks one afternoon as we sit in the break room. I force a smile, but inside, I'm a whirlwind of rage and confusion. "Yeah, just some personal stuff," I reply, my voice betraying the calm facade I'm trying to maintain. "Want to talk about it?" she offers, her eyes kind. I shake my head, the urge to confide in her overwhelming but restrained. "Not really. Thanks, though." Once I'm home, I retreat to my office, shutting the door behind me. The weight of what I need to do presses down on me. I pull out my laptop, determined to dig deeper into Jenna's infidelity. I need more than just the recordings, I need a plan, something that will truly hit her where it hurts. My fingers fly across the keyboard as I search for information on the adult site where I first saw her. The thrill of discovery fuels my anger, each click revealing more about the world she has immersed herself in. I find forums, chat rooms, and even communities dedicated to people like Jenna, those who engage in extramarital affairs and public displays of their private lives. As I sift through the information, I make a list of potential ways to expose her. The thought of confronting her in front of friends and family begins to take shape. The humiliation would be immense, and that's exactly what she deserves. The next evening, I gather my courage and call a few close friends to meet up for drinks. As we settle into a booth at our favorite bar, I feel a mix of anticipation and dread. "What's going on, man? You seem different," my friend Mark says, raising an eyebrow. I glance around to ensure no one else is listening. "It's Jenna. She's been cheating on me." Mark's eyes widen in disbelief. "What? No way. Are you serious?" "Yeah, I have proof. I saw her on this site, interacting with some guy," I reply, my voice low but steady. "I'm planning to confront her in a way that she'll never forget." "Dude, that's heavy," another friend, Jake, chimes in. "What do you have in mind?" I lean in closer, my excitement mingling with the adrenaline of revenge. "I'm thinking of exposing her to our friends and family. Make it public. She needs to know that her actions have consequences." The guys exchange glances, and I can tell they're weighing the implications of my plan. "That could backfire, though," Mark warns. "You could end up looking like the bad guy." "Maybe, but I can't just let her get away with this," I retort, my determination unwavering. "She's made a fool of me, and I refuse to let her walk away unscathed." As the night progresses, I feel more empowered. My friends offer their support, and we brainstorm ways to make my plan work. By the time we leave the bar, I have a clearer vision of how to execute my revenge. It's not just about hurting her, it's about reclaiming my life and dignity. The next day, I begin reaching out to our mutual friends. I set up a gathering at our house, framing it as a casual get-together. I can feel my heart pounding with anticipation as I type the messages, inviting them over to what will become a pivotal moment in my life. When Jenna arrives home that evening, she seems blissfully unaware of the storm brewing. "What's going on? Why do we have friends coming over?" she asks, her brow furrowed. "Just wanted to have everyone over for a little get-together. You know, a chance to catch up," I reply, my heart racing. She nods, but I can see the suspicion in her eyes. "Okay, but you're acting weird. Are you sure everything's fine?" "Absolutely," I assure her, forcing a smile. "Just excited to see everyone." As the evening unfolds, laughter and drinks flow freely. Our friends arrive, filling the space with energy and chatter. But beneath the surface, I feel like a coiled spring, ready to unleash the truth. Jenna mingles with our friends, her laughter ringing in my ears. I can't help but watch her, the anger simmering just beneath the surface. Finally, as the evening progresses, I know it's time. I clear my throat, commanding attention. "Hey everyone, can I have your attention for a moment?" Jenna looks at me, her smile fading as she senses the shift in the atmosphere. "What is it?" she asks, concern etched on her face. "I have something important to share," I begin, my voice steady but laced with emotion. "I know that I'm supposed to be the one who stands here and welcomes you all, but there's something you need to know about Jenna." Gasps echo around the room, and Jenna's face pales. "What are you talking about?" she demands, panic creeping into her voice. "I've discovered that Jenna has been unfaithful to me," I announce, my heart pounding. "She's been cheating on me with a guy named Brad. I have evidence, and I think it's time you all know the truth." The room falls silent, shock washing over everyone's faces. Jenna's eyes widen in disbelief as she searches for words, but they fail her. "You wouldn't," she whispers, a tremor in her voice. "I already have," I say, my heart racing with the thrill of finally revealing the truth. "I'll show you all everything. You deserve to know the kind of person she really is." As I pull out my phone, the gravity of the moment settles in. This is it, the culmination of my anger, my pain, and my need for retribution. Jenna stands frozen, the facade of her perfect life crumbling around her. This is just the beginning of the fallout, and I'm ready for the chaos that will ensue. The silence in the room is thick, charged with shock and disbelief. Jenna stands frozen, her eyes darting between me and our friends, her expression a blend of anger and despair. The laughter that once filled our home has been replaced with gasps and murmurs as the truth hangs heavy in the air. "Are you serious right now?" she finally says, her voice trembling. "You're going to air our dirty laundry in front of everyone?" "Dirty laundry?" I scoff, my voice rising. "This isn't just dirty laundry, Jenna. This is betrayal. You've been living a lie while I trusted you. Please, you don't understand. It was just a mistake," she pleads, desperation creeping into her tone. "Just a mistake?" I echo, incredulous. "You think cheating on me is just a mistake? You've destroyed everything we built together." "Enough." I cut her off, the anger surging through me. "You made your choices, and now it's time to face the consequences." Our friends exchange glances, some looking uncomfortable, others shocked. "This isn't the time for this, man," Mark says quietly, trying to defuse the situation. "Maybe we should all just take a step back." "No!" I roar, turning my attention back to Jenna. "You don't get to control this anymore. You've made your bed, now lie in it. I pull out my phone, scrolling through the recordings and screenshots, my heart racing with each image. Look at this. Look at how you've betrayed me. Jenna's face flushes crimson as she sees the messages, the intimacy laid bare before our friends. This is an invasion of privacy, she shouts, her voice rising in pitch. Invasion of privacy. You lost that right the moment you decided to cheat on me. I shout back, the adrenaline fueling my rage. You think you can just sweep this under the rug? You're wrong. I can't believe you'd do this to me, she cries, her composure cracking. I can't believe you did this to me. I retort, my voice shaking with intensity. You've turned my world upside down, and now it's time for you to feel the consequences. As the tension reaches its peak, I glance around the room, gauging the reactions of our friends. They watch with wide eyes, caught in the crossfire of our explosive confrontation. Let's go outside, I suggest, my voice low and steely. We need to talk. Just us. Jenna hesitates but nods, sensing the urgency in my tone. I lead her to the backyard, away from prying eyes. The night air is cool, but the atmosphere crackles with unspoken tension. Why, Jenna? Why did you do it? I demand, anger boiling over. You had everything. We had a good life together. Because I felt trapped. You were always working, always focused on your career. I needed something more, she shouts, her eyes blazing. More? I laugh bitterly. You needed more than a loving husband. You chose to betray me with him instead. You could have come to me, talked to me, but you chose to hide behind his back. I didn't think you'd understand, she yells, frustration spilling over. You're so consumed by your job that I felt like a ghost in my own home. The truth hits me like a punch to the gut. So your solution was to sleep with Brad? You think that's justified? I didn't mean for it to go this far, she admits, her voice softer now. But I didn't know how else to feel alive again. My heart aches at her words, but the anger still courses through me. And you thought ruining me would help you feel alive? I can't believe I ever trusted you. As the confrontation reaches its boiling point, a sudden thought strikes me. I pull out my phone again, a wicked grin spreading across my face. You want to talk about feeling alive? Let's see how you feel when I expose you to the world. Jenna's eyes widen in horror as I click a button. What are you doing? She shouts, rushing toward me, but I'm quicker. Let's see how your friends react to your little escapades, I taunt, ready to unleash everything I have on her. Just then, Mark appears at the door, his eyes wide with confusion. What's going on out here? He asks, his brow furrowed. Nothing, just a little chat, I reply, my voice dripping with sarcasm. Are you sure? Because it looks intense, he says, glancing at Jenna, who is now trembling with fear. I'm about to show everyone who you really are, I say, turning back to her, my finger hovering over the screen. You think this ends here? You've underestimated me, Jenna. No, please don't, she pleads, desperation creeping into her voice. But it's too late. I press the button, sending the messages and videos to our group chat, the notifications pinging relentlessly. I watch as Jenna's face drains of color, her breath hitching in her throat. Surprise. I say mockingly. Let's see how they react to your betrayal. Why would you do this? She screams, her hands shaking. You're ruining everything. No, Jenna. You did that when you decided to betray me, I reply coldly, watching as the messages begin to flood in. The room fills with gasps and exclamations as our friends read the messages. I can hear them murmuring, disbelief mixing with sympathy. Jenna's hands tremble as she tries to take the phone from me, but I pull back, relishing the moment. Look at the consequences of your actions. I shout, my voice echoing in the night. This is what betrayal feels like. Stop it. Please, she cries, tears streaming down her face. But I'm done listening to her pleas. I've taken everything from her. The humiliation, the shame, it's all hers to bear now. I feel a dark satisfaction wash over me as the reality of her choices crashes down. Goodbye, Jenna, I say, my voice steely. You've lost everything. With that, I turn away, leaving her sobbing in the backyard. I don't look back, my heart pounding with a mix of triumph and heartbreak. As I walk back inside, I know that this moment marks the end of our story. No more laughter, no more love, only betrayal and resentment remain. I step out into the cool night air, my heart heavy yet liberated. I've taken my revenge, but at what cost? The love we once had is gone, shattered like glass. In the end, I realize that while I may have destroyed her world, I've also destroyed my own in the process. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Betrayal leaves scars, and now, both of us must live with the consequences of our choices. As I drive away from the wreckage of our life together, I feel a sense of finality wash over me. This chapter is closed, and I'm ready to move forward, leaving the past, and Jenna, behind forever.